A very good afternoon, Team Zimbabwe. Masara say, Maswera say. Welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And this evening, we need to take a look onto what ZANU-PF Varakasha is saying about Zimbabwe becoming like Saudi Arabia by 2030. This is Vision 2030 they're talking about. Snowball Tongo Gara says Zimbabwe is going to be like Saudi Arabia by 2030 due to the discovery of white gold, which is lithium. Interestingly, Saudi Arabia has Vision 2030 similar to Zimbabwe's vision. President Mnangagwa banned the exportation of raw minerals, including lithium, to promote value addition and beneficiation. Saudi Arabia reportedly has the third most valuable natural resource reserves in the world, mostly petroleum and natural gas. The kingdom is the second largest proven petroleum reserves and the fourth largest measured natural gas reserves. Saudi Arabia is currently the largest exporter of petroleum in the world, which sees it as occasionally referred to as the petrol state in the Western media. Other manufactured from the oil reserves, much of which is vertically integrated in the state-owned enterprise Saudi Aramco. In 2016, the Saudi government launched its Saudi Vision 2030 program to reduce its dependence on oil and diversify its economic resources. In the first quarter of 2019, Saudi Arabia's budget had its first surplus since 2016. This surplus of 10.10 billion was achieved due to an increase in oil and non-oil revenues. We need to explore this statement. If you take a look onto this statement, it carries weight and value. But if you go back to the people who are actually saying this, what they're doing on the ground and what they are tweeting are two different things. Right. Number one, Zimbabwe had diamonds during GNU. The period up to 2013, Zimbabwe had diamonds. Zimbabwe failed itself. Zimbabwe does have gold. They are failing. The biggest miners in Zimbabwe are non-governmental companies. The biggest miners in Saudi Arabia is Saudi Aramco, which is a state-owned enterprise. Which means in Saudi Arabia, the money goes to the people. The profit, it goes to the people. In Zimbabwe, the profit goes to individuals. This includes individuals in politics who are running various small mines across Zimbabwe, who are buying gold from miners, then sell it to Fidelity. This is how they make money. This is how they live. Are they willing to just lose millions and millions and millions for the sake of the people of Zimbabwe? I doubt. That is the reason why they always put money into ZANU-PF to make sure that ZANU-PF continues to be in power for long, because that is their money-making machine. So they know for sure that if ZANU-PF goes, then a new system will come in and it will overturn things, a lot of things will change, and their livelihoods are at stake. So I find it difficult to understand why this ZANU-PF person would refer or would compare Saudi Arabia and Zimbabwe. I find it difficult to understand why. Because those in government in Zimbabwe are so corrupt, and those in leadership do not even care. They promote the corrupt. Saudi Arabia is a dictatorship, but when it comes to issues of corruption and governance, they are so strict. But in Zimbabwe, it's a different ballgame. It's a different story. So we need a shift of mindset. Unless our leaders start to appreciate that they are corrupt and they start to deal with corruption, We are going north. He is talking about the ban of exportation of raw materials. But marori ari kubuda each and every day with raw materials. The same banned raw minerals are being carried by lorries out of Zimbabwe, being siphoned out of Zimbabwe into South Africa, overseas. Who is benefiting? The political elites. That is the reason why they drive Lamborghinis, they drive the latest cars, they drive the most expensive Bugattis. Where are they getting that money from? On the other hand, you are told Zimbabwe is poor, Zimbabwe has A, B, C, D. On the other hand, they are seeing a different lifestyle from those who are in power. And ask questions. Why is it that only the poor are being affected by sanctions, not the elite? And you not get the answer. Why is it the businesses of the poor are the only ones affected? You will not get the answer. The conviction of Terence Mkupe, the conviction of Henrietta Rushkwaya was supposed to be exemplary. But is it going to be exemplary? No. But on its own, it's a clear indication of what is wrong in the nation of Zimbabwe. The problems in Zimbabwe are emanating from corruption, emanating from those in authority, taking what belongs to the people, what belongs to the citizens for themselves. They're supposed to be running businesses, they're supposed to be paying taxes, but they're not. They're actually taking those taxes to themselves, buying themselves luxurious cars. It's a circus. So I find it difficult to understand how ZANU-PF intends to achieve this Vision 2030 with what is happening. They are actually celebrating the substandard highway from Bedbridge to Harare. Yes, it's a better road than the previous one, but it is a substandard road. It is a substandard road. I can say this time and again. These are the people who are celebrating a roundabout, which is going to serve few people. Roundabout Chepambudzi, that flyover replacing the roundabout. They were supposed just to put a symbol flyover there and prioritize other sectors, but it's so expensive. If you go to Botswana and see what they've done, you ask questions. We are talking about people who do not even care about Starlink, yet the economy is becoming digital. Everybody is advertising on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. Things are now being done online. So many things are now being done online. AI is coming into effect. And they do not care about the internet service provision for it to be efficient, to be cheap, to be affordable, to be accessible. They don't even care. So it is what it is in Zimbabwe. I don't know. Let us talk. What do you think about this? Is Zimbabwe going to reach Vision 2030?